to Adobe Live here on Behance. How you doing? Glad to have you here. I'm Kathleen, and this is Chantal Jahchan.
Hi, guys.
Jahchan.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the stream. How are you feeling about your second day of live streaming? Yes?
Yep.
That's awesome. After, I feel like everyone's first time live streaming, they're like, I want to do this again.
Yeah.
So glad to have you back. Awesome. So maybe you can introduce yourself as a creator, as a person. What do you do in case the people were not here yesterday?
Yeah, so I'm a graphic designer, and I'm currently in my senior year of undergrad at Washington University. I like to think that my work sort of focuses on print design, but on like cultural discourse and social issues as well. So today we'll be continuing to work on a zine about Erykah Badu specifically as part of a larger series of zines highlighting women of color in the arts.
Cool. And I think today you're saying that you're going to work more into, like, if you were to do more zines, what would they look like? What would the similar qualities be?
Yeah, I think we'll get into that like towards the end of today.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I'll start working on the interview portion.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. And chat, if this is your first time here or you're just tuning back in, we do have a challenge for you today. We are asking you to create a magazine all about design. So if you go to be.net/live, click on the challenge tab. There's all the information there. You have about an hour and a half to work on it. And we've also provided a free template for you from Adobe Stock if you'd like some help getting started. So just use InDesign and get that going. We already have one submission for this segment, so I'm excited to show that. And we're also going to be doing a giveaway in about an hour. You have the choice between, well, you don't really have the choice. We'll make the choice.
I have the choice.
Well, maybe you do have the choice, because yesterday we let chat decide which one they wanted most. We have Adobe socks. Ooh, they're see-through. You see? Magic. They're see-through in real life. Just kidding. Photoshop pillow or Illustrator pillow. Which one would you choose?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I might choose the socks.
I like that.
Yep. Stay warm in the winter. Some style.
Agreed. Cool. So chat, let us know which ones that you would. Everyone loves the socks.
The socks are back.
Seriously, it's amazing. Let us know which ones you guys would be interested in, and we'll do a giveaway in about an hour, and maybe we can show what you did yesterday.
Yeah, sure. So, as of yesterday, we laid out the first of the two writing pieces. It looks like my screen is actually frozen up there.
Oh, it does.
It's not moving.
Maybe you could close InDesign and reopen. Yeah. Hello, it's us, and we're big now. Maybe we could look at the first submission that we have.
Yeah.
I think this is by Yijo, and it is for a magazine called Vibrancy.
Nice.
This is why we're showing it, because it's me. Let's see if I can replicate this. Oh, other way. Seems about right. Looks familiar. So this is the title screen, kind of a table of contents, but for upcoming events. So this is actually accurate. Next week we do have desktop illustration focusing on Illustrator. And there are random names filled in. And then we have, for the week after that, mobile illustration. So illustration using mobile devices and also Adobe mobile apps, which are close to my heart, my favorite Adobe products. We've got a showcase on Paul Tranny and a tip of the week, which is really helpful. Shift W seems to be the one thing that you need to get from this article. So nice job. This is a great inspiration for you all that are working on your submissions. Like I said, you've got about an hour and 25 minutes. There are jokes on the first page.
Did we miss the jokes?
Jokes about me. How to pronounce lapel. Oh, you. So a couple weeks ago, I kept calling a lapel pin a lapel pin. I didn't even
Classic
realize.
Mistake.
I know, the chat was just dragging me.
Oh no, I have to be careful.
Yeah, right. I mean, in a loving way, they were dragging me. Slightly worn socks. True. The European Union bans Comic Sans.
Is that something you said?
Nope, but it's something that they said. Rider designed for Rad. That's for Ronnie. Tim slams cat song. Yes, Tim is not a fan of the cat song. And Paul designs PX socks. What is PX? Photoshop X? Maybe it's
Next
an inside
level
joke.
Photoshop.
XD? Oh, gotcha. All right, chat. How you doing? We like to know where you're from. Yes, Mitch, Lapel. To each their own. We are currently streaming from San Francisco. Let's see if this works.
Having some issues today.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Oh, great.
There we go.
Okay, so if we'll go over what we did yesterday, we basically just set up the InDesign document and started laying out the text from, oh, this is a reminder to myself to change
I was going to
this.
say,
No,
that's
we didn't
new.
do that.
I kind of like it, though. It's like
Yeah.
an interesting little
It's
graphic.
just a reminder of something I wanted to change live. And so we started laying out some stuff and doing some text treatments for the call-outs, following this one color scheme. That's another reminder for myself.
I kind of like that, too. So simple.
Yeah, and then we ended on this spread that we thought could be like the meeting point of the two
Right.
articles.
And then they would
because-
flip.
Yeah, we said maybe one would start on one end of the book and the other one on the other end, kind of like 180. So you'd get to the middle and then flip it kind of thing.
And chat, if you are tuning in, didn't see yesterday, this is a zine.
Yes.
A little bit more short form, a little more disposable.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Trying to keep the page count down
Yeah.
before it turns into a magazine or a book.
True. And what's up, Danny? Everyone, go check out Daniel Dufford's profile. He's one of our friends from back home. He's an awesome illustrator. How you doing? Alrighty.
So I guess we'll start with, there were a few changes I wanted to make to this set of photos and spreads, and then we can go ahead and start on the interview. There was this photo that I really wanted to use. This is the cover of the mixtape that I talked about yesterday. It was like all about her covering songs that had to do with cell phones.
Right.
And I thought it would be a shame to not use this awesome photo.
Right. Is it a photo?
I mean, it's like a album artwork.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like illustration and found text and all that, so I thought it was super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that the same way I was editing the other images yesterday.
Cool. So we were hopping into Photoshop and messing with some of the color modes. So let's see how you do that.
Yeah, I was messing with some duotones, which are typically meant for, I think, like I said yesterday, when you're literally printing with two colors. But if you flip it back to CMYK when you're done, it works for regular printing.
Perfect. And you said that you already had some presets.
Yes, I have this one that I saved. It basically has orange and green, and the overprint color is this earthy tone.
That's what we
decided what we're
called
calling it.
Euphemism.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that in here.
Awesome. So is that halftone in the graphic, or did you create that?
That was there already in the graphic.
So it's
Yeah.
perfect. And then we were saying that since these images are only going to be printed with two colors of ink, that we need to put it into multiply mode so that those highlights in the background don't show through because they wouldn't be there.
That's a good point. I keep forgetting to do that.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
The one good tip of the stream. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? We've got people from all over the world in chat. So cool. I saw Tanzania. We've got New Jersey, I think. Awesome.
Yeah, we had some people all over the world yesterday, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to see who is the furthest away, like all the way around the world. Let's see who can win this.
I don't have confidence in my geography skills.
You tell us
Yeah.
if you are the furthest away from San Francisco. We got Renato from Brazil. Very nice. And what color did we decide on for the body copy? Oh, I see you're changing it right now.
Oh, not on
maybe
purpose.
not. On purpose.
I think we decided on this green. I think it's a green. I don't know. I've been told maybe it's a brown.
I've been told by who?
I don't know. Some people tell me my color naming is off.
Gotcha. I thought you meant like just today
on the
or
chat.
yesterday.
No. So maybe I'll highlight like a certain part of this with red.
Oh,
Maybe
cool.
I will make a box over this. It's always calling me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna draw a shape with the pen tool.
Sweet, and you're back in InDesign, so this is nice showing the different tools that are kind of universal to a lot of the Creative Cloud apps.
It's honestly pretty rare that I use the pen tool in InDesign, but it's there.
It's there.
Just gonna move that here. And I just use the eyedropper tool to copy that color.
Nice.
So yeah, I like that sort of colored call out. Brings in the red. I think we were saying yesterday it was just a lot of green, and so I'm trying to make sure the red comes in. Maybe this could use some red too.
Nice.
I'm gonna copy this box.
Ooh. Intense, definitely different moods. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy. I want to make sure like the system is still there, but maybe I can use my grid, which I've sort of been ignoring.
What grid?
Exactly. Highlight her eyes, maybe?
Yeah. So how do you kind of mark the difference between going overboard with these little design choices and decorative elements and when it's just right?
I think it's all about the pacing, kind of. I mean, that's why I keep sort of zooming out and like scrolling. I don't know, just like a nice balance of overboard. Like for example, I'm trying to keep this type size the same so there's not like too much variation. Right. I wonder if it's actually the same though. 21, 25, it's not.
Gotcha. We've got Brian from Nairobi. Cool. Got someone from Manila in the Philippines. Cool. Mitch says it's salad time. Is it? For Hafid?
For Erykah Badu?
Yep.
Okay, and then there was this really cool line in here about the car she drives. It says, her everyday car, a black Porsche Panamera with sky blue rims and a license plate that reads "She Ill." She Ill. So I thought I should not miss that opportunity for like some cool, maybe like mimicking a license plate.
Oh, nice.
Not sure.
I wonder where it is. Is she living in California?
Oh, right.
Potentially.
East Dallas.
East Dallas.
Should I look up what a Dallas license plate?
Tell us in chat, what does the Texas license plate look like?
Yeah, what is Texas known for? Sometimes
Probably
it's like the state bird or like some other thing.
I feel like it has longhorn on it, like either the skull or just the silhouette of the head. Interesting.
So if they make that the light version of Bureau, maybe it can fill up more of the space.
Oh, nice. And Jan Eric says Blurb, which is like an online printing company, offers a cheap way to print zines.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I was looking into maybe some... The problem is my page size is really strange. Yeah. So unless like some of these online places let you do custom sizes, it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Right.
But I could always print it myself.
That would be very zine-like.
It would be very democratic of me. And I could... Newsprint is like super cheap to buy.
Right.
So that would be fun.
Mitch says, design your own Texas license plate. A new Adobe app. Adobe Texas. Texas CC. Marvin wants to know, is anybody using Adobe CS3? I heard there is a cloud now. Wow, Marvin, are you seriously still using CS3? Are you playing with us?
Does it still work?
It could. I guess depends what operating system you're using.
I know some people... Ooh, that was an accident, but that looks cool.
Love that.
I know some people just swear by older versions of Adobe products. I usually like wait a little bit to upload.
Totally. Smart.
But it's not like the iPhone where uploads can totally mess everything up.
Break. I mean, it can, but you can always step backwards with these, which is nice. If I'm going to be honest, I'm still using Photoshop 2015.5 because I like it. Works well.
Yeah, my default, like, Photoshop, when I click on a photo, it opens to, like an older version, like CS6 maybe.
What?
It works.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just use it for no reason. So I just converted this to a rounded rectangle. I don't know, I feel like license plates have this sort of shape.
Yeah.
But I wonder if there's a way to make it like more rounded. I think there's a way to change the radius of the rounded box.
I'm not sure how to do it in InDesign. You can definitely do it.
Yeah, I could pull it into Illustrator.
Oh, Mitch, you're using 15.52? Yes, it's a good one. Although, yesterday I was watching Gus, who is Adobe Live, if you guys didn't know, in chat. I was watching him use 2018 Photoshop, and I was like, what is this magic? It looked awesome, so I'm going to have to upgrade.
Radius. Okay. That's fine. I'm happy with this radius.
It works. It's one of those things where it's like, is anybody else going to notice this little design choice I made?
No one will notice all of these minute things. Maybe it can be green.
Oh, Joshua says, I see an update notification and I click. Joshua, that is a loyal user right there.
Very trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
I have trust issues with updates.
That's okay.
So.
You're allowed to.
I feel like that's pretty license platey.
Totally.
Maybe, don't they sometimes have like a squiggle mark or something in between?
In between, yeah. Texas license plate. Let's just see. I don't want it to...
Yeah, should I look or not look?
There's so many different ones. The most recent ones look a little lame, but the old ones are very like stark contrast.
Okay, I'm gonna look. Ooh, I like that star.
Cool. This is cool, yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll bring in a star. Maybe that will be the thing that separates them instead of like a dash.
Sweet.
There is a way to make a star. Maybe I'll just open Illustrator. Illustrator is my comfort zone. There are definitely ways to make stars in Photoshop, in InDesign.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the polygon tool, maybe.
Maybe, and then
when you click,
you can do the number of sides.
What star.
There you go.
6. I'm just gonna press OK and see what it looks like. Wait. That's not a star. Star inset.
Help me.
Oh, I think if you... I'm just gonna use Illustrator. Save us some time.
And I think someone just asked about the new updates for Photoshop 2018. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know that if you go to adobe.com/products/Photoshop, you can click on the What's New tab, and it'll show you like a whole timeline of all of the updates and the biggest kind of new features. There's usually way more than that in each update, but they kind of highlight the top ones. I'd also highly recommend, if you do go to a product page on adobe.com, to click on the Learn and Support tab. That's where you can find tutorials, FAQs, but you can also go to the forums and ask questions and learn all kinds of stuff. The people who use the forums are amazing and very, very skilled.
What was that? That sounded like a whale.
Adobe Whale CC. They're testing it out in the hallway.
It's better than the drums yesterday. That was quite frightening.
I was frightened.
Yes.
It's like, uh-oh, what are these loud noises?
Okay, that looks good for now. Maybe I was saying yesterday how I wanted to bring this stroke in somewhere else, just so it feels less random.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like around the border of this rounded rectangle. And I think it wasn't white, it was the same color as that gray background. Let's see.
Oh, and Isha says that Illustrator is now their comfort zone, but Photoshop was their comfort zone before. I'm kind of similar. Photoshop was my comfort zone, but then I'd use Illustrator every day for work, so it kind of became my go-to.
Yeah, I had this job like designing t-shirts for frats and sororities. And
That's what mine was too. Well, not frats and sororities, but t-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, it was in general like a custom shirt company, but their base happened to be mostly frats and sororities. So it'd be like, make this shirt, but make it say like Kappa, Kappa, whatever. So it was a lot of like vector work and tracing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
You're comfortable now. My mom's calling. Proof.
Hi, Mom.
Hello? Just kidding. I won't answer. I wonder if she's watching. She's like, I wonder if she'll answer, if she's a good daughter or not.
I guess you're not.
I'm not. Sorry, Mom.
Does she watch you on here?
She does.
That's nice.
Are you there, Mom? It's me, your daughter.
Maybe we'll do some... I don't know if I want to start doing some, like, 3D type of stuff. Sometimes keeping it flat is the way to go.
Yeah.
But this looks kind of more like a license plate.
Yeah,
I don't know how literal I want to be.
that's true. There's a lot of abstraction in this so far.
Yeah, I think I'll keep it flat. I like that.
Daniel says I should FaceTime her. She would
Video
probably
within a
not be
video.
happy.
Okay, so I think I am all set to start on the second set, which is the interview.
Yay!
I think I'm going to create a new document. I was thinking about like when I go to print it, how the pages would work, and I would have to like design upside down here because it's going to be flipped.
Right.
So I'm just going to not deal with that and start a new document. So I'm going to duplicate this one, EB2.
Cool, so it's the same document, just different file.
Yeah, delete most of the pages. And then I'm going to go ahead and edit the master page. I'm going to keep this background for the newsprint. The second article was called In Conversation.
Oh, nice. And this is from a different publication too, right?
Yeah,
Vulture?
this is from Vulture. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to sort of do the cover pages or like credit the articles, but we will get to that maybe today or tomorrow.
Awesome. And Daniel says, it's hard to keep up with Chantal, but she is very good. If you have any questions, Daniel, please ask.
Yeah, I'd be happy to slow down a little bit.
Or
I
repeat.
know, I'm like a hotkey junkie.
Boom, 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 boom.
And if you ask me what they are, I'll just be like, I don't know, it was my
It's when you
fingers,
do
not my
this.
brain.
I am a robot.
And then I think yesterday I showed you guys the gradients. So I
Yeah.
had a green version that I was using, and there's just a blue. It's just a blue overlay in Photoshop. I'm going to see how that looks. Pretty much everything is the same except the colors.
Right.
Pages.
And then the body copy, probably not be green.
Yeah, it'll probably be blue, and I should probably... which one is it? So I'm going to copy and paste this. So this is going to require a little bit of a different paragraph style just because I added in these like initials in the beginning so you know who's talking.
Right.
Oops.
Oh, how'd you do that?
That was just copy and paste.
Oh, I thought you like replaced it somehow.
No, I mean I selected it all and then pasted
I
it.
see.
Yeah, so what I did in the document on Google Docs was I pressed tab, and in general I don't use the tab option here, but I think it's going to work nicely with, I kind of want the initials to be like left aligned and then everything else to pop
Gotcha.
out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try some.
Ooh.
Is that your mom?
No, someone from Texas. They're calling about the license plate. It's funny.
So I think something like that works pretty well. We can see what two columns next to each other look like. And maybe these look a little large. I know they're the same type size, but maybe because they're all caps, they maybe 8 and semi-bold.
Cool.
So I'm gonna try this feature. I don't use it that much, but
I was just gonna see if that's
find
what you're
and
gonna
change,
do.
yeah. So I'm gonna look for DM for Daniel Marquise or something, the guy who wrote it. And I'm gonna make it case sensitive, so it's only DM capitalized.
Right.
Let's see. And it should be the whole word. I'm gonna change the format to, oh, you know what? I should have made this a character style first, I think. Let's make a new character style and name it interview.
Initials.
There we go. Now we go back to find and change. And I'm going to change the format to interview initials. This should work. Oh, awesome.
Wow, change
Just
all.
change all. Cool, I did it.
Yay.
So now I'm gonna find EB. And honestly, I could probably just do it one by one, but that would take forever. And if this works, then I am happy.
Awesome. And chat, if you see above us right now a little banner that says Enter the Daily Challenge, that is an invitation to you if you are just tuning in to learn about the challenge and possibly enter it. We're challenging you to create a magazine based on design. We have a template for you at be.net/live. Click on the challenge tab. Has all the rules and information about it. You have about an hour and 5 minutes to get that done. And feel free to get creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have too many submissions yet, so you have a good chance of winning. Get those submissions in. Why not?
Yeah, we had so many yesterday. It'd be nice to have a lot today,
Mm-hmm.
too.
So we had some questions in the chat just asking kind of your graphic design-y dreams kind of things, like who's your dream client? Or if you could only design one thing, what would it be?
Not sure about a dream client. I've always been interested in like wayfinding and identities for museums.
Oh, nice.
And then if you maybe merge that with my love of my home country, maybe like a museum in Lebanon would be like a super cool thing.
Wow.
Maybe wayfinding in like multiple languages would be a nice challenge. I don't know. I mean, I'd be down for whatever.
You're like, whatever. Do it all. Rock it all. Chat, let us know your dream clients. Marvin says BMW is his.
Cool.
That's awesome. Marcus says, if I knew how to use the program, I would submit. I'm still learning. This is the highlight of my day, to be honest. To be honest. Thanks, Marcus. That's really awesome. Glad to have you here. I hope this helps you learn a little bit. Feel free to ask questions. Got a lot of awesome, talented graphic designers in the chat, sitting right next to me. And we could probably point you towards some resources online, too, if you need them.
Oh, yeah. Someone asked, are the images being used in the challenge, do they have to be paid for? I don't think so. I don't think you need, like, to license them for the challenge.
I mean, this is just a challenge. As long as you don't go post it and say, like, hey, these are my images, pay me for them, or anything like that. This is just for your education. Joe White's dream client is working for Adobe. Check out that career page, Joe White. There's lots of positions. A lot of them are software engineering. So if that's your thing.
I think I'm gonna go and do the same thing we did when we had this on the green one.
Oh, nice.
Give her some room.
Gary wants a client that will have a really difficult design problem. That is what we'll make.
That is all clients.
Yeah, true.
Startup bohemian fashion store.
Yeah, from a plumber that needs an identity to stand out, to a startup bohemian fashion and antique store, to SpaceX. That is the whole gamut, for real. Daniel says Mad Magazine is his dream client.
So I went into here and sort of like highlighted parts that I thought might be good call-outs.
Nice.
She kept using the word vibrations.
Right.
She said something about, let's see. People don't understand that the important thing is the vibration, not the words. The kids need vibrations because their attention span is about 3 seconds.
She knows.
She knows what's up.
Yeah, that's true. You were talking about that in the previous article, too, that even vibration in your imagery.
Yeah, so maybe actually that doesn't go very well with the vibrations theme. It's kind of a very peaceful, still image.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll bring that here and then up here.
Ooh, Devin says dream client would be museums in the Chicago area.
Yeah, museums are fun because you can like create a system, I guess, and then have all the different artwork like apply within that system for ads and brochures and all that.
I think my dream clients would be just companies or groups or organizations that I can really get behind. It's like, you're only doing good for the world, and I like that. Yeah. Museums, I think, are a good example.
I'm liking this purple. I think I like when you can see like a little bit of the pink undertones.
Yeah. Yuzhou wants to redesign their logos, or their school's logo, because it's really bad. Like, bad. Nice. My school didn't even have a logo. I think they just had some students try and redesign it.
Really?
So like, oh, we probably need one of these. I don't know, it's an art school, so maybe not.
Yeah, we have a logo. We have, I mean, our art school within the university has a logo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like its own logo?
Mhm.
That's cool.
I'm gonna try some, maybe to make like some sort of pattern here.
Ooh, Adobe Live, that's a great point. You can identify your dream client and then it can feel really overwhelming, but if you start outlining the steps you need to take to get there, it'll be closer than you think. True that. The challenge file will not open in InDesign CS6. Oh no! It might only be compatible with CC, Mark, but you don't have to use the template. It's just there to potentially be helpful. Yeah, Daniel, things in your rear view are closer than you think. Agreed. Ooh, Denise has a good client-y question. They always have a hard time with clients wanting to change like grammar and phrases after they design it and put the copy in and making endless corrections. How do you deal with it? When do you
That's
say no?
someone already answered, and that was going to be my answer. When you charge for additional changes, they'll be a little more mindful of that. I think, especially when clients don't have like Creative Cloud and they can't go in and make the changes themselves. Not that you would ever want them to, because then they'll like mess with like the ragging.
Please
and all
do
of
not touch it.
Yeah, never give them the files.
Yeah.
But yeah, charging for those changes, or maybe asking for using the words final, like can I get a final draft of your copy type of thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be giving you placeholder or something that they're not ready to really sign off on. Ooh, Jan Eric is asking who made the Tackle Boys logo. Tackle Boys is Gus's YouTube channel.
Oh.
And what was it, Kathleen? No, it was Gus. He did his own graphic design. It's awesome. Very proud of him. And he learned the techniques from Adobe Live.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of creating this pattern.
Very cool. It makes a great pattern, like the movement and the image.
Yeah, I mean, her hair creates these like weird negative spaces here.
Yeah, and the diagonal of her arm. Awesome.
She's a natural pattern, this girl.
Yep.
This woman.
This girl, this woman, this lady.
This lady boss.
Yeah.
So I think maybe to break up the sort of left-right thing I've gotten into, maybe I'll start putting some stuff on this side.
Gary says, as a graphic designer, you are not responsible for copy or grammar changes. That is what the copywriters and marketing people are for. True. Gary says you have to have patience. It's part of professionalism. If they have changes, it's part of the final overall design process. Yeah, definitely different ways to handle it, but I think a good way of keeping them mindful would be charging for it if it gets out of hand.
Yep, they will always react to that.
Yeah, I think people, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, but if that mile will cost them, maybe they won't take it.
Let's take a half mile.
Yeah.
Just creating a nice vibration here.
Yeah. The word of the day.
Yesterday, the word of the day was earthy.
Oh, yep. Earthy. Aaron says, really cool effect, Chantal, it created with that one image.
Thanks.
And all in InDesign.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing my best to make use of all these features.
Yeah. Dimitri says a good client would be a big company like Canon, Nike, NASA, SpaceX, and others, representatives of different industry leaders. I think Adobe could be in there too.
Yeah, definitely industry leader. Okay, let's see if we can bring some different colors into here as well. I think my secondary color, I think I had it in the brief. I can.
Cool. Yeah, and Gary says, if they want to take a mile, you just get paid more. So take all the miles you want. That's true. Very true.
That is true.
Oh, our good friend Paul is here. What's up, Paul? It's been a long time since I've seen your name. How are you doing?
I feel like I've heard Paul's name a lot.
So there's Paul Tranny, who works for Adobe, and then there's Paul Weaver, who has been a friend of the channel and Adobe Live for years.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Jeremiah, how do you have the background to look like a magazine, like the shading in the middle? It is a gradient.
Yes, that was, I think yesterday we went over that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a gradient that I made in Photoshop. It's transparent in the back and just like, it's really just a simple way to have like a fake mock-up-y look going on.
So you just build it like with the gradient tool?
Sure, yeah, I can open it up.
Yeah, let's see how you made it.
So first I just basically, here, I can put white in the background so we can see it a little better.
Sweet.
So I just took a brush and went right down the left side. I used a brush instead of a gradient layer so I could add noise. Sometimes the noise just doesn't look that great when you add it to a gradient layer. So I just used a brush and then used a, blanking on what this is called, layer mask. So the layer mask covered the parts that were supposed to be white or transparent, and then I put a color overlay on top. So it's a green for this one, and it was blue for the other one. Pretty simple, and it creates a really cool effect, in my opinion. Yeah.
There you go. And it's really cool how you can build something in Photoshop, bring it into Illustrator or InDesign, go back and forth, especially if you have CC, and they are smart objects. That's the way to do it. Mundir wants to know, can you please tell us how you would print the zine?
Sure.
And his comment disappeared. Okay, there it is. Or a book into signatures to then hand stitch it. Oh.
Yeah, so InDesign has this feature called print booklet, which if you're gonna stitch it or do like a booklet format, you're gonna want to have pages in multiples of 4. And then you would go to File, Print Booklet, leave it at 2-up saddle stitch, and then choose a page size that makes sense. And then you want to make sure your double-sided printing is on.
Yeah.
I think the setting, depending on the printer, is like top, so it flips the right way.
Gotcha.
But
yep.
Trial and error. And yeah, I'm planning on printing this on newsprint, just because it feels more appropriate to the zine aspect. Yeah, and I'll probably just use my printers at school. They're pretty good. It works with the whole like zine vibe.
Yeah, you don't need anything too crazy for a zine. Wasn't it first made just like on Xerox machines, copiers?
Yeah. Honestly, like the more DIY they look, the cooler they are. I think usually you just like print one and then photocopy it a million times.
It just gets super gnarly and grainy.
Yeah.
They sell newsprint art stores. Yeah. It's like my favorite thing to draw on. Feels so good.
Yeah, favorite newsprint printer is Newspaper Club. Pro tip from my boyfriend.
What's up, Noah?
Newspaper Club is great. I considered using them, but they have like set sizes, which obviously it makes sense because they're like standard sizes for tabloids and newspapers. But they are great. They have like a mini size too.
Cool.
And for a lot of them, the minimum isn't too high, which is great.
Yeah. Let's see. So if you go to newspaperclub.com, you can find all kinds of good stuff.
Newspaper Club.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you're already there.
Yeah. So you can do tabloid, minis, like you said. Price list. Let's see. All right. So the more you order, obviously, the cheaper it is.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Hand them out. For free. Or not. Whatever. Go to a zine fest, sell them.
Okay, so I'm looking to see what the next good thing to call out would be. She talks about this Erykah Badu legend, which basically is like...
I'm a legend.
Well, it's like a legend about her. It says that like any rapper that dates her is gonna like start being spiritual and wear like crocheted pants and all that stuff.
Probably true.
Probably true, yeah. But she talks about how like she's definitely not like a man-eater and, you know, definitely a misconception.
Oh, yeah.
So...
She just
let's see
helps
if there's
them
a photo to go with
stand in their truth. Not be ashamed of their crocheted pants.
Yeah.
Jan Eric wants to know, what exactly is the differentiator between a zine and a magazine?
That is a great question. I think zines tend to be like published at home kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're generally cheaper and less like, it wouldn't be like a company publishing it. It's usually like one or two people
Mm-hmm.
or like a collective of people. And they're usually really cheap. And they're not always, like some zines are like one-offs. They're not always like issue 1, 2, 3 like a magazine.
Yeah.
And they're generally shorter and like less pages and smaller.
Right.
Mine might be somewhere in between the two. I think this is good for her.
Oh, yeah. The
For her
legend.
mystical legend.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Okay, Tim says, zines are typically experimental, cultural fragments defined by being created and distributed outside mainstream publication.
Much more eloquent than what I just said.
Yes, there you go. So they kind of like capitalize on the zeitgeist of like something
Yeah.
that's going on culturally. Or I've seen a lot of like fan art zines. Like, we're all gonna make fan art.
Fanzines.
Yeah, about Mario mixed with something else that's popular right now. Tumblr. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's like, it has a history with like, sort of like different movements, like definitely the feminist movement or like different civil rights movements. So I think it's also appropriate for things like that where you're trying to make a statement or, I don't know, it's also great for mass distribution because it's so cheap.
Right.
Great propaganda tool.
Yes. Guerrilla
Oh.
marketing.
All hail Erykah Badu.
So mystical. Much mystical. Yes, enter the daily challenge. Thank you for the banner above our heads. Chat, if you are just checking in with us, we are live on Behance. be.net/live is the best place to watch us, or just go to behance.net, click on the live tab. Make sure you are logged in with your Behance login or your Adobe ID, and that's how you can be chatting with us and asking questions or sharing your thoughts and feelings about zines. Would love to know, chat, if you have ever read a zine or made a zine. What was it about? Tell us your zine journey. We're going to be doing a giveaway in about 15 minutes. We're going to give you, the chat, the choice between Photoshop Pillow, Illustrator Pillow, and Adobe Socks. Woo!
Tell us what you want.
Yes.
And we'll make it happen.
One person will win. All you have to do is be active in the chat, say something constructive, let us know what you're working on right now, etc., etc. And then we also have a challenge for you. So in the next, I think, like 30, 45 minutes-ish, you have time to be working on a 4-page magazine all about design. So we have a template for you on the challenge tab, be.net/live. Click on the challenge tab. All the info's there. You don't need to use the template. You can just use it if it'll help. Send that over, and we'll be looking at submissions when the deadline is up. So we got a little bit of time. Hector says, socks. Obviously.
Socks. People really like socks. I don't know if it's like a seasonal thing or...
They really just want to express themselves with some socks.
I guess a pillow kind of stays in your house, but the socks you can, you know, show off.
Fashion socks. Personality socks.
Do we have a good amount of entries in so far?
I think we have about 5. So that's also an incentive for you, chat, to get your entries in. It's not a lot of entries. Good chance of winning. The winner will win a free year of Creative Cloud. I don't think I've said that yet. But that's
That's worth a lot.
It is. You're going to do probably like an hour of work and maybe win a free year of your favorite programs. Socks and sandals, says Tim.
No.
I'm a fan of socks and sandals, but maybe it's because I live near San Francisco.
Maybe. It depends what kind of socks and what kind of sandals.
Yeah.
And like what vibes you're giving off.
Yeah.
You know? Like there are some people who can pull it off. I am not one of those
No.
people. No.
What if you're giving off like Erykah Badu vibes?
Oh, she could
Yeah.
put socks like on her hands and it would be cool.
Oh yes, definitely. Mark wants to know, do you do any photography?
I do a little bit of photography. It's more like I call it more art direction because I'm usually not the one holding the camera, but like I'll open it up on my Behance. But
Let's see.
Simple Syrup magazine is a school magazine that I am the layout director of, and I've worked with a couple underclassmen for these shoots. But so for example, I art directed this. I wasn't the person holding the camera,
Right.
but sort of came up with the idea. And we had a friend of ours model. We filled a bathtub with milk,
Wow.
threw some Fruit Loops in there, and this great sport of a friend got in, and we took these photos.
That's awesome.
So I do photography in the sense that I photograph my own work. I think sometimes that's better than having mock-ups to see the real thing in people's hands.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, so those cover shoots have sort of been my way of,
See the back end.
of being involved in like the magazine's image.
Those are great colors.
Yeah, this was for the identity issue, the first one that we redesigned. And so it was about like standing out and being different. It's just really poppy and it spoke to
Totally.
people.
Yeah.
But-
Daniela's baby girl Mia is watching and says hi. You
Aw,
gotta say hi to Mia.
Hi, Mia.
How you doing, Mia? What's
Do you
up?
want some giant socks?
They can be sock puppets. Okay, now we can go back to talking about art after saying hello to a baby.
I love babies.
It takes precedence, totally.
Erykah Badu loves babies.
Does she?
She
would.
There was this segment in here, I don't know if I cut it out because I had to make it shorter, but she talks about how she's had kids with like all these different, they tend to be rappers, her partners, but people sort of like tell her like, stop having kids, like you have too many. But,
Too many children, Erykah.
but she said she loves raising kids.
Yeah.
Which I can totally see.
That makes sense. I got to play temporary surprise mom today. When I got off the train, there was a child wandering around.
Oh.
And I was like, hello, small human, where is your parental unit? Do you need help? She was very cute, and we found her parental unit. Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about this call out. I guess I haven't really done much stuff on the same side as the body copy.
Yeah.
Maybe if I do it in the secondary color, it will sort of kind of want a shorter line. Let's see.
Interesting colors. Rachel, that's a great question. She thinks that having your own mock-ups is really great to make them, but how do you decide if you should save time and buy one or find a free one or make your own? I guess time would be the deciding factor.
Time would be the deciding factor. I think sometimes I spend more time trying to make a mock-up work and look good than I would just printing it out and photographing it. So I'm big on doing your own photography. This is weird, but I like when hands are shown in photos because you can see the scale of the work. And like for me, print is as much like about experience design. So you can like see someone opening it and how someone would hold it. But I usually go for the free mock-ups and then try to change them up a little bit. Like just so you don't have the same mock-up as like the other 500 people who made a magazine or something.
Who Googled free magazine mock-up and clicked the
Exactly.
first link. Totally. And I think it's also like how important or how much of a heavy weight is this project you're working on. If it's just something really quick, maybe you don't need to worry too much about it. If it's like your capstone or if it's for a real publication like Simple Syrup, it's probably nice to have put the little extra time in there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the biggest thing is to schedule time into your process for printing and checking out like sizes and for making mock-ups and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm seeing here this color, because it's set to like, you know, overlay or whatever, it's looking pink, and this one's really looking orange.
True.
So I will either, I think they should look closer. I'll try some different like overlay styles on this one. Not sure what it was set to begin with.
Oh.
Screen.
Oh, pink.
guess that's closer to the other color, but I did like how bright the,
yeah.
maybe
highlight.
I'll eyedrop this pink and use it.
Cool. Hello, Erykah. You're upside down. Did you know?
It's just picking up the color. Maybe if I take a screenshot. This is my weird workaround. There's probably better ways. But I'm gonna pull this screenshot in from my desktop. Eyedrop that pink. Or not.
And chat, I don't know if you see this, but a wild Francisco has appeared in chat. Francisco, aka Paco, is our studio manager, and he's always sitting over here. He's a real person. That's usually the phantom hand that you see coming in and like changing out computers. Yeah, he's usually crawling around under the tables, eating snacks. But give props because he does a great job. Keeps things running very smoothly.
So my eyedropper tool wasn't working as I had hoped, so I'm just going to try to visually match this pink because it was created by these overlays and I'm not sure how else to do this.
Right. Gary has a question for Chantal. Oh no, it went away.
Gary,
okay,
ask
here
it
it is.
again.
What are your thoughts on hyphenation when it comes to publication?
Hyphenation doesn't bother me as long as it's done in a sensible way. Like I would probably go back in here and make sure. I think the general guideline is don't have 2 lines in a row that are hyphenated, and also don't hyphenate proper nouns like people's names and things like that. There are no hard and fast rules, but as long as it doesn't interfere with someone's reading of the piece, you should be fine.
Gotcha.
And I think InDesign, depending on what language you're set to, it knows how to hyphenate based on the syllables. There are some grammar rules like that.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So make sure if you're working in a different language, you have that set up.
Right, yeah, you definitely don't want to hyphenate in the middle of a syllable. Like, hyphenate where there would be a natural break in a word.
Exactly.
Lindsay says, after working in InDesign, my hands are forgetting the Photoshop keystrokes.
Oh, that's the worst, switching between programs and then...
Totally. Yeah. Whenever I try and like help someone do something in Photoshop, like I need to actually put my hands on the keyboard and try this. I need to drive for a second because I can't just like pull it out of my brain.
All right, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and add some pages.
Jonathan says, really love what you're doing with that zine.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Me too. Yeah, I don't know if we got any responses for if anybody has ever made a zine or read a zine, experienced a zine.
Yeah, I feel like usually at bookstores there's like definitely like a zine section. You kind of can spot it right away. There's a lot of cool, funky colors. And a lot of things going on.
Personally, I just really like the mini size that they usually come into, the format.
Yeah, the sizes are always really cute.
Yeah, it feels like you're holding something kind of ephemeral. Like, oh, it's so little and thin usually. A little secret story. I like it.
Yeah, and they're cheap, which is nice. Yeah. Not like putting down like $30 for a magazine. Just looking for another photo.
Ibrahim says that he submitted a submission and you have the direction from your wife, the art direction. I hope you guys like it. We'll see. We'll look at them.
Someone's doing a zine for their capstone.
Oh, very cool. Compilation of your everyday poster illustration project. Awesome. Jeremiah, is that on your Behance? Can people click on your icon and check it out? Oh, Graham says, in my senior class, we had to make a zine and pass them around the class, like a 3rd grade Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, I love that. That was always really fun. We did that a couple times too. Like, we would get we'd get assigned a person in our class and we'd have to make like fan art of them or something.
That's funny.
Yeah. You feel really connected to the project because you actually know the person.
I just remember the type of compliments like people would give in 3rd grade. It would be like, you have cool pencils.
Yeah.
It was great getting like 25 compliments.
Yeah, you can run the fastest. Okay, Instagram.com/Jeremiah Shallow. There you go. Colleen wants to know, has anybody used a zine style for a print portfolio? That's a good question. I was actually inspired by that newspaper website to just like print out little portfolios or something.
Oh yeah, I think it would be super exciting to do that because I think my boyfriend used it for his capstone.
Oh, cool.
And it just came out looking like a real newspaper, which is super exciting. And the shipping is pretty fast. I'm not sure where they're based, but they have some pretty impressive.
It seemed to me that it might be in the UK. I think it had a different, oh, that's the wrong thing. Newspaper club. It seemed like that's what their money was. Doesn't make sense.
Oh, euros.
Yeah.
So maybe it was impressive shipping like for Europe, but not in general.
Yeah. I mean, it could still be fast. Adobe Live is always looking over here and laughing, and I don't ever know what he's laughing about.
Adobe Live is a person?
Adobe Live is a person. His name is Gus, and he is 30 feet away. 30?
30?
15. 15.
20.
A stone's throw. Marie, can you explain how you have the shadow indicating the spread? Yeah, we've covered this a couple times. It is in Photoshop. It's an overlay, a gradient overlay.
Nice, simple gradient.
Yeah, it's transparent. So it just sits there. What's up, Aaron? Who is Adobe Live? A man of mystery. Ooh.
Oh, thanks, Gary. You're flying with ideas based on an initial approach. Thumbs up.
That's awesome, Gary. It's true. You are really building a system, and it kind of does design itself. Like
yeah, once you, I think limiting the colors really helps. And like I said before about these photos not being my own, to make them kind of look like they all belong to the same set, they should be treated in similar ways. And that's where the duotone came in. Yeah, it is kind of designing itself in a way.
Right. I think
take my hands off.
An Adobe Sensei comes in. Scary. But I think that can be said for basically any kind of creation you do. Like with illustration, once you have that rough draft done and you have it like laid out totally, when you're actually executing, like with the paint or the colored pencils or whatever, it's like, it's easy. All you have to do is technically make it. But the idea and all the problems are already solved.
Yeah, definitely.
And my mom's in chat. What's up, Mom?
Hey,
everybody.
Mom.
She's Ann Kirker in chat. Everyone be nice. Say hello.
My mom tried to be in the chat yesterday. She was like sneaking it in at work.
Yeah.
But I think she wasn't able to.
Oh no.
I think she tried to make a Behance account. But
okay. She told you she did, but she really didn't.
She watched the whole thing live while at work in secret.
That's sweet.
Dedication.
That's dangerous. Skylar wants to know, did you choose purple because it is the Pantone of the year?
No, but that is a wonderful coincidence. I actually chose purple. I'll open up my brief. I took these colors from her albums.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this sort of New America Part 2 album that has these nice purples and pinks. So yeah, that's where that came from.
Nice. And then the other half of the zine was from the other album cover.
So this
Mama's
green,
gun.
earthy tone vibe is for this other album.
Mm-hmm. I love those colors.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
I think it works well for this profile has a more like serious tone and the interview is a little more fun. So I think it kind of works with those colors.
Yeah, good point.
Adobe Live is coughing.
Adobe Live is real because he is coughing. Feel better, Adobe Live. He has, I looked inside his backpack before I came over here and he has like 30 packs of emergency in there. He's like, look at my treats.
Even Adobe Live gets sick.
Yeah, he has a virus.
Chantal, do you use the InDesign color picker to pick a complementary palette? I guess when I'm trying to build my own color scheme from scratch, that's a good idea. But in general, I try to pull color from other sources. In this case, it's the magazines, but yeah.
There you go.
I guess the green and red are kind of complementary in a way.
Yeah.
Purple and pink, not so much.
Yeah, it's almost like you have two totally complementary and then you did kind of analogous color schemes. So went off of red, went off of green, then mixed them all together. There you go. Oh, everyone's being so nice. Get well soon, Adobe Live.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he's like, excuse me.
He's like, I'm sick of this bullying.
I know. I need to go cry in the bathroom. He has to go charge his batteries. Catlin wants to know, would you recommend using a baseline grid?
Yeah, so baseline grids are great. Basically what it ensures is that when you have two lines of text and columns next to each other, they're lining up. The way that I worked around that while still making sure things are lining up is by having the space after the paragraph being equivalent to the leading size. So that's a nice little trick where no matter how many paragraphs you have on one side or the other, they always line up. So you go ahead and type 11 point into this space after section. But baseline grids are great if you are crazy enough to use them. They require a lot of, I don't know.
It's like upfront work.
Yeah.
Of attention.
They're good if you are into like attention to detail and that kind of thing. They're not always necessary though.
Right. All right, chat. It's that time of the morning or evening or whatever time it is for you. We're gonna be doing a giveaway. Yeah. We got Photoshop. We got Illustrator. We got socks. So how should we do this? How should we choose?
Let's let them say what they want. I mean,
okay. Let us know. I'm just gonna be here napping. Actually, Adobe Live should probably take one of these pillows.
Pillow.
Ooh, pillow. Okay.
Socks.
All right, pillow. All right, so of the two pillows, we're gonna go with pillow because we gave away socks yesterday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's change it up a little bit.
Which one?
Orange or blue, Illustrator or Photoshop.
You could choose which one you like the
All
color
of them.
better. All of them. You could choose the application you love.
Oh my gosh, it's going so fast.
Right, so chat, I should let you know.
Illustrator, I've seen a bunch of.
Yeah. Oh no, it's so confusing. But chat, all you have to do is be logged in on Behance. Go to be.net/live or go to behance.net. Click on the live tab. Either way, you're going to end up here. You need to log in with your Behance login or Adobe ID, and you need to say something in chat. As you can see, all of your friends in the chat are saying things, joining the party. All the friends. 1,500 friends are saying hello.
It's funny how wild the chat goes as soon as the giveaways come up. It's like everyone wakes up.
Stop here. Jason, I see you. So all you have to do is say something in chat, and then Adobe Live team will run a magic Adobe script, pick a random winner, and we'll let you know who that winner is ASAP.
Free.
Yeah, Brian, you gotta come over to Behance. If you're on YouTube, you can't chat. We don't see it.
Soft, comfy pillows.
Whoa! Oh, no. Adobe Live team, how dare you? All right. Oh my gosh, we just talked to this person in chat. The winner is
Catlin
M. Congratulations! You just asked a question, and I think you just answered it.
Oh, really?
Maybe it was about the baseline grid, but congratulations, you are the winner of this.
Comfy pillow.
Well, not this one, but like this one, you know?
You don't want the one that, touched our hands and faces?
Yay! Get some nice makeup smears on it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But you are the winner. Adobe Live will be sending you a message on your Behance messages, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you, chat, for participating. Yes, congratulations. Make sure that you are working on your submissions for the challenge also. You've got about 25 minutes to get those in. We are challenging you today to make a magazine, so similar to this, but it has to be at least 4 pages. We have a template for you on the challenge tab, so come on over to Behance, click on the challenge tab, get your info there, and you can submit it there, and we'll look at them in probably like 30-ish minutes.
Yeah, get working on those.
Mom, are you going to enter? Are you going to download InDesign? Please do it. That'd be amazing. Catlin, thank you for the entertaining video. I've watched part 1 on YouTube.
Yay.
That's so good to hear. Welcome back, Janik. Jeremiah says, first time watching this series and I love it. Woo, thanks for being here. I'm always curious to know, chat, how you found out about Adobe Live. Were you just perusing Behance, saw the live tab? Was it Twitter? Let us know. Christian wants to know, Chantal, did you go to school for design? If so, how would you say the stuff you learned translated to the industry? Still a student.
Still a student.
Yeah.
Still learning. But yes, my major is called communication design. Fancy word for graphic design. What was the rest of the question?
How would you say that school has maybe, I guess, prepared you for
the
working in the industry? You've had internships.
Yeah,
so
I've
you
had
know
some
what it's like.
internships. I think the problem-solving process for a speculative project is pretty similar to real work, but instead of having clients, you sort of have teachers that you work with. But yeah, I think just making a lot of stuff prepares you for the real world.
Yes, I think so too. Somebody said that a Medium article brought them here. What Medium article, Jeremiah? I'm intrigued.
Is there a Medium article?
Just Chantal. That's it. Paul Trani's stream on Facebook brought you here. Oh, awesome, Natalia. Alexis got a notification through the cloud, decided he's going to get some inspiration. Never watched before, but you'll definitely check it out more. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Jason says, keep up the great work, ladies.
Yay.
I will, Jason. I'm working
You are
so hard. I'm actually working by opening up many tabs of many contest submissions. When is Terry going to be live? Terry will be live in about an hour. So make sure you stick around for that with Annie Hall, another awesome graphic designer.
Yeah, what is Annie working on? What's her sort of project right now?
Yesterday, let me remember. She's working on a music festival, right? Adobe Live Team, can you attest? He's ignoring me. But I think brand identity. Do you know what Annie's going to be working on today?
Oh, she's working on a music festival.
Music festival. Cool. I was
You're
right. Yes.
Always right.
And if you, I'm like, yeah, I am. If you miss Annie's stream, or if you have to leave early from this one, or want to watch the ones from yesterday, make sure you go over to the YouTube Creative Cloud channel, and all of the past streams are there, even dating back months and months. They go live, or the videos are live right after the stream ends. So it's a great way to kind of pick up on the things that you missed out on. I know a lot of people were wondering about how to do the gradient for the overlay of the book. All that info is in the past recordings. Ooh.
I copy and pasted this from the other document. I'm kind of trying to mimic that, so we have some similarities between the two sides. Not sure if it's going to work out, but it's worth a shot.
This reminds me of I Feel Like Pablo. It's like similar.
I am totally okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, totally different typefaces, but like similar spacing. Jessica is binge watching the past streams when at work, and there is no live. Aw, Jessica, that's awesome. What streams are you watching? I'm curious. You said that you had watched some past streams too, right?
Yeah, I actually almost have like never watched actual live ones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the nice thing about watching it live though is seeing all the comments. I guess that's the fun part.
Right.
Because you don't get to see those going back. I'm trying to read more comments while I'm here. I missed a lot yesterday.
Oh no! If you had any comments that were missed yesterday, chat, ask them now. I'll do my best to ask also, because that's my job. Mark says we should collect all the tips and publish them. I know. We try and kind of highlight when there are real pro tips during the recordings. But there are actually awesome 1-minute kind of pro tips on the Creative Cloud channel. They're literally 1-minute tutorials that are really amazing. You can learn how to do so much random stuff. Jessica is watching past Adobe live streams illustration right now. Just finished hand lettering. Oh my gosh, that was a great week, wasn't it? I love that one. Do you do any hand lettering? You are a type fan?
Yeah, a little bit in my notebook. Nothing really too fancy. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a hand letterer.
Right.
Maybe more of an enthusiast.
Yeah.
I like calling myself an enthusiast. It excuses you from being an expert.
That's true. You're like, I know things about this. Not the greatest, though.
I spent so long on this one thing.
I like it. The repeated, they're sick of blank, blank, blank.
Yeah, I almost wonder if that's good enough on its own, because this top part is kind of giving me a little trouble. Or maybe.
Or maybe.
Let's try something like they're sick of, and then maybe the next line is this
Yeah, cool.
hat. They're sick of hats.
Sick of hats. Erykah's not sick of hats. She loves hats.
Color. I'm not sure if I like the way it's like going all the way across. If I do, something weird is happening. I'll leave it for now.
Ooh, Janek wants to know, what is your favorite Adobe program? Illustrator? InDesign?
I'm not Photoshop.
Not Photoshop. Anything but
probably.
that. That's how I feel about InDesign.
Yeah, I just don't like the way Photoshop deals with type. I don't know why. It's just
I mean, it's not a great type tool.
yeah,
That's for sure.
It's great for photos because it's Photoshop.
True.
But I guess Illustrator I'm the most comfortable with, so I guess that would be my favorite. I think it's a fair tie between InDesign and Illustrator. So I didn't answer the question, basically.
Well, you narrowed it down. There are quite a few apps. That's awesome. Chat is answering questions from other people asking them. Still helpful, chat. Really appreciate that. Adrian says, watching Adobe Live is kind of the best decision today, both entertaining and educating.
Nice.
Super glad to have you here. Thank you. Jeremiah, OMG, Photoshop kills me with their type tools. Illustrator's where it's at. Nice. Yeah, I like Illustrator's type the most, but I think it's because it makes me comfortable, because it's like I could also draw a picture in it, and the type tool is pretty strong. But of course, InDesign is like the workhorse for actually laying out type.
Yeah. No, Illustrator is great for like messing with type. I think I might use it when I do the logo stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not like totally in love with this. I think I'm gonna go back to not having Hawthorne in here. Just maybe back to the simple.
Cool. Yeah, someone was wondering what font this is. So the more decorative one was Hawthorne. And this one, I keep forgetting what it's called.
Is Bureau Grotesque.
Bureau Grotesque.
So let's see. I could turn this on its side maybe.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
If I make it bigger, I'm kind of breaking this thing where I try to keep everything the same size, but oh well. Get some color in there.
Cool. Yeah, I think color will help. I think it was Daniel that was asking, do you ever use drop shadows, and how do you feel about them?
Drop shadows are a tricky thing. Are a thing, yes. I think it's easy to overuse them, but there are definitely moments where they're good. I mean, for example, in this I'm going for a flat feel, so there's no need for them. I kind of experimented a little bit with the license plate, but I thought it looked a little not fitting for this. So as long as they're used in moderation, I think they're okay.
Cool. Yeah, the winner on your stream yesterday used drop shadows really nicely, not having to do with type. Let's see if I can pull it up. Cool.
Yeah, they were really sort of subtle.
Yeah, maybe we can pop over to my screen real quick. So QL won the challenge yesterday, which was to create an album cover, and it uses such a subtle drop shadow behind this mock-up, even though it's like all graphic. It's not an actual photograph.
And if you zoom in like right below the hand too, there's like this nice little shadow. I'm not sure if that's considered a drop shadow, but a shadow.
Right.
I think they're the best when you barely notice them.
It's used only to make things look more realistic or believable.
Yeah.
Nice. Mitch says 25% or less opacity is what I use on my drop shadows. Yeah, I usually will do a drop shadow and then I'll be like, yeah, this looks good, but then always drop it like 10% lower.
Yeah. And again, I feel like I've said this like almost 100 times, printing it out also helps you kind of see.
Now it's 100 times. Officially 100 times.
99 before.
Yeah, creating false depth. Totally, Daniel. Benjamin says, these live streams rock. Or, you are awesome. You guys rock.
We do rock.
Thanks, Benjamin. You rock too. Thanks for being here. Oh, these colors definitely making my eyeballs vibrate. I like it.
Hopefully not too much.
Daniel says, we'll have to experiment with opacity. I just go for the minimum 0.625 as I prefer subtle. There you go.
Subtle is good.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get this to look like that purple one before it, but something is different.
That's the hard thing about eyedropper, and little codes just get a little bit messed up. Marianne says, hi, Chantal.
Hi, Marianne.
Dimitri says, love the background music. Yeah, I believe it's Andrew Applepie still.
I was going to say, I don't hear any music.
You don't hear that? No. It is strange. In the studio, we don't hear anything, but you all get to enjoy some lo-fi hip-hop tunes. How are those sounding? Good?
Okay, so I'm going to talk this out because some things, maybe you guys can help me out.
All right, let's see.
So the lower image is on multiply, and this box that's on top is on overlay.
Mm-hmm.
Something here. Let's see what this is on. Multiply.
Okay.
There we go.
Aha. She pink.
She very pink. Maybe a little too pink.
Hey, Kimberly, good afternoon. Jack from school says, hey.
Hey, Jack.
What's up, Jack?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
I hope
thanks
you're
for
in class
tuning
right now.
Ooh, is the whole class watching?
Oh.
Ask the teacher right now, put it on the projector. It's mandatory. Mandatory learning. Yannick wants to know, where do we read the comments? Over here. Can't show you.
Yeah.
There's a big old screen where the comments are very large and we can see all of your faces.
Even I can read them with my wonderful eyes.
There you go. Nice. That white on there is cool.
Yeah, I think that's working. I want to make sure it's legible. Still not.
Mitch says, I will stop chatting if this hits a projector. Why? You think I'll get in trouble at work? Wonder what kind of computers everybody is watching on. Do you have a second monitor while you work on something else? I think you can technically watch on a mobile device, but I don't think you can chat on it. Projectors, smart boards, iPads, what you want.
Not
Okay.
sure what I think of this. Maybe I should do the type of thing like I did here where I pull it off to the side.
Yeah.
I mean, it's legible, it just looks a little off.
Yeah, and you don't find it anywhere else. We are on Jessica's second of 3 monitors. Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Lindsay has us on constantly on your second monitor at work. Awesome. Catlin says it's so relaxing to work alongside a live stream. I totally agree. Kevin watches and chats on a smartwatch. No, you do not, Kevin. You playing.
Is that possible?
I don't think so. Unless he broke it.
I wouldn't know.
Denise has 2 Thunderbolt monitors and you resize the tab to 1/8 of the size so they don't catch me. It's like in the bottom of your screen.
Are we participating in
Her
illegal
education.
activity
Illegal activity.
at work?
You're doing an illegal crime.
So this may not work beautifully, but I'm kind of trying to do the same thing I did on the mixtape where I'm covering this in the pink color. I will change the opacity, nobody worry.
Don't worry. They'll be like, what are you doing? Do you even design?
I think this is a great photo for the quote. It talks about like, I forgot, race, color.
Yeah.
code.
All the things.
All the things you would stick up a fist for.
Mm-hmm. Danny turned to the dark side and got a PC, so now we're on the Asus Predator monitor. Cool. It's not the dark side. It's okay, Danny. No hard feels.
Can't say the same.
You're like, hard feels.
Super hard feels.
Do you guys make podcasts? I don't. Do you?
No, I don't like my voice enough to make a podcast. I feel like, I wonder if people who make podcasts, how they get over that, because I feel like most people just don't really like the sound of their own voice on recording.
You just don't listen to them.
Maybe
don't
one
listen
day.
to the own stuff you make. Yeah.
If I get enough compliments on my voice, guys, maybe.
Come on. Bolster her self-esteem. She asked for it. That means you have to do it. Jeremiah, do you make podcasts? Or if we did make podcasts, what would they be about? You let us know.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Ooh, like what? I love talking about this.
One of my favorites is Design Matters with Debbie Millman.
Ah,
It's been
yes.
going on like forever, so she's got some of the coolest designers on there. And you like never run out of things to watch because it's been around for a while.
Do you watch it?
Listen.
Oh, okay. It's like, that's cool.
Whenever I get sick of my music, I put on podcasts.
Yeah, I like haven't listened to music in a long time because it's always podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like that looks pretty cool. Nice little pink arm.
Yeah.
Might be overkill.
She dipped it in paint and she stuck it in the air. No music. Is there no music playing? We can dance anyways. Because we can dance if we want to. Anna says that she loves Design Matters also. I haven't checked it out yet. I need to.
Yeah, it's super nice to listen to like while you're working. Yeah, everybody has nice voices, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Except myself. Everyone, I feel like everyone has this where they just like hear themselves played back and they're like,
Oh, yeah.
is that what I sound like?
Yeah, when you said you watched the recording from yesterday, I was like, nope, I
Bad
didn't
move,
do
yeah.
it because I don't want to hear my own voice.
I realized that I just like wasn't really looking up that much. I wish I could read all of these comments.
Did I miss the giveaway? Yes, you did, Gary. Unfortunately, but we'll have one next stream, so don't worry.
We have a contest.
We do. The challenge entries will be due in 7 minutes, so make sure you get those signed in. We do have a little bit of a technicality when you are submitting. We do want you to publish from InDesign. So there is a tool within InDesign to publish online. There's the information on how to do that in the challenge tab. So check that out. 6 minutes left. Yes, Tim. Nice. Christopher, I did do the Munch Squad song from Bim Bam. I was hoping somebody would realize that. We are friends now.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a podcast to listen to.
Oh, okay.
And there's a podcast within the podcast called Munch Squad, where they talk about food. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Did I sell you on it?
No.
No. Yes.
If I listen to things about food, I will just think about food. And I
Yeah.
usually listen while I'm working in studio, where food is kind of a scarcity.
Yes.
Late at night.
Mm-hmm.
So, bad move for me.
How was dinner last night? Was it vegan friendly?
It was vegan friendly. I got a secret menu item. It wasn't even on the menu.
What?
Nice market vegetable platter.
Mmm.
Michael
awesome.
kept saying I was just eating an entire garden.
Like a rabbit.
Rabbit food, yeah.
That's awesome. Christopher, you know, I want to munch. Totally. Marianne wants to know, what fonts do you use for text, body, and title? That's a very big question.
Yeah. Like in general or in this specific?
I don't know. Pick your poison.
I'll just name the ones in here because it's different for every project, but the body in this one is Founders Grotesque, and the display typefaces are Bureau Grotesque and Hawthorne. And we sort of, if you watch back the first day, we sort of went over like how to choose them and what makes something a good body face versus display face.
And Dimitri is wondering, who are you? want to
Who
introduce
am
yourself
I?
again for people who are
Sure.
just checking in?
Third time's the charm. I am Chantal. I am a senior at Washington University in St. Louis. I'm a graphic designer and a student.
You sounded a little unsure.
I was
You're
going to say
"Am
graphic
I?"
design student,
I
but
like that.
yeah. What else? I love making print projects. I do a little bit of digital work, but my real love is print.
There you go. Does that answer your question, Dimitri? If you want to check out Chantal's portfolio, is Behance a good place? Or do you have
Behance is great. I also have, if you can spell my last name, Chantal Jahchan .work is my portfolio website.
Cool.
I think there's a link to that on my Behance too, if that's easier.
Awesome. So it's Jahchan.
Chan.
Chan.
It's tough. I just recently learned how to spell it.
No.
No, I'm
I
kidding.
was like,
No.
sounds like a joke. Anthony, is this a student series from Adobe or something? No. Just love having students. Bring very fresh ideas and perspectives.
We try.
We, the collective we.
And Annie is up next. She's also a student.
Yeah, she's in the house. Back there getting ready. Ready to flaunt her stuff. Christopher says, nice work. Agreed.
Oops.
Ooh, a little offset action.
By accident.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to zoom out without affecting the, There we go. I think it's working pretty nicely.
Nice. Yeah, you've got 3 minutes to get those challenges in, and we will look at them in a couple minutes,
Yep.
maybe like 10 minutes. And if you do not win this challenge, do not fret. There is one more stream with Annie and Terry coming up after this. So from 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific time, and they will also be running the challenge. So you have one more chance to win after this, and then tomorrow's challenge will be totally different. So make sure you get your submissions in today on time. Mitch says Annie is a student from my alma mater. Wow, small world. Cool.
Where do you look for print inspiration? Bookstores.
Ooh.
Best way to see print work is in real life, I
Yeah.
think. Bookstores are my favorite place to just go and hang out, hold the books in my hands.
Sniff them a
Sniff
little.
'em, yeah. Good old book smell.
Yeah, true. Literally old book smell. Yeah, I think that's a great. And you said that designing for print is really like an experience, a user experience. So actually going to where you can hold it. It's a great point.
Yeah, and then in terms of like online sites, Under Consideration had this part of their website they stopped doing. It was called For Print Only, but it's an archive now. Has some super cool print work. But yeah, if I were to say where the best place is, any bookstore really.
Agreed. There's a Chronicle Books here in SF. They're headquartered here. They've got some sweet stuff to go look at. Smells like books in there. Anthony says, outlining an arm in InDesign seems slow.
It was slow.
Yeah, but the tool is there.
Yeah.
You can totally do it.
There are always, people have preferences of where to do things. I think if I had, it probably would take the same amount of time to bring this photo into Photoshop or Illustrator and bring it back. So,
Yeah.
all right, so this is the end of the interview right there. I'm trying to think of a good way to end it, color-wise, and wonder what this photo would look like in pink, because these are kind of looking similar.
They are.
It's got the same hairstyle.
Yep. Just got dark clothing on. Let's see. And yes, that is the deadline for getting your challenge submissions in. Make sure that you get them submitted if you're still working, because you do have one more chance, but we will not look at them during the stream, unfortunately. So we'll look at them in probably 10 minutes, sometime in the next near future. And we have about 20 minutes left here, 25 minutes. So if you have questions for Chantal, please ask them. This is the perfect time. She is here. She is captive. She has to answer the questions I ask her. It's part of the contract. That's a lie. Made that up.
Again, I'm having some difficulties like thinking and listening at the same time.
All right, I'll stop talking.
No,
Think.
no,
Think
that's the
now.
whole point. Let's keep talking.
Marie, yes, you did make it. You are above the submission deadline line. There's literally a deadline that you cannot cross.
Maybe the reason this looks weird is because it's not indented like the rest of the text.
The world is sick
Of.
that stuff, that old stuff.
Probably can't say that.
Paul, Kathleen, do you still run a support team at Adobe? No, I'm not on support anymore, Paul. But that was awesome. And if you ever deal with support at Adobe, chat, be nice to them because they're awesome people.
What is that? Oh, the last word of the interview.
Some experimental design there.
Let's see what we can pull out of here.
Ooh, Dimitri asks, what is your favorite fruit and color?
Favorite color is black.
Mm,
If there was a black fruit, that would also be my favorite fruit.
gotcha.
Let's see.
Get it? I get it.
Maybe figs.
Oh, yes. Love it.
Specifically Lebanese figs. The best.
Mm-hmm. I bet. After moving to California, my eyes were open to so many new fruits. Persimmons are amazing.
Not a big fan.
No?
My mom and my sister love them, and I've been like force-fed.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. They make I feel like maybe I'm allergic to them. Sometimes they make my tongue feel weird.
Yep, totally.
Maybe if they're not ripe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that they have a lot of like tannins in them. They'll dry out your mouth.
Is that what that is? Tannins?
That's what my friend told me, and I'm gonna believe her.
Yeah, sounds right.
Matthias, what? A persimmon. Persimmon. It's called Jabuticaba.
Persimmon?
I don't know. Maybe I should.
They have a black fruit in Brazil?
Oh, I see.
I want to go to Brazil.
That'd be awesome. I was just gonna say I probably shouldn't say words in languages I don't know because who knows what they could mean.
That's true.
Jeremiah wants to know what kind of music you listen to while you're working.
I'm a big fan of Spotify, so I usually, when I don't have time to like make my own playlist, I listen to my Discover Weekly.
Yes.
And then when I get sick of that, around like Wednesday or Thursday, it's podcast time.
Yeah. You get it.
But I listen to all kinds of music, anything really except country music and like heavy metal. Just, nothing against them, but
yeah, not your thing.
Not my thing.
If I don't want to if I want to be happy and don't really want to think about anything, I've been known to throw on some country music.
Oh no.
It's just like it's got good feels, but it doesn't have a lot of depth, in my personal opinion.
What's music that has a lot of depth? I guess I don't know.
Erykah Badu.
Yes. Good choice.
There you go. People are having a heated discussion about if black is a color or not. Because you said your favorite color is black.
That always comes up.
Yeah.
It's a color if I want it to be.
It's her favorite.
It's a color if it's a true black, because then it's all the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if we take color theory, black isn't a color. White is a combination of all light. Shiner black, penta black. I don't know.
Everybody's got their favorite. That's funny. Some persimmons are astringent and have to be the correct ripeness. Yes. There you go. But as a little Ohio girl, I had never had a persimmon. And now they're awesome magical fruit.
Trying to pick a good photo for this last page. Want to end on a good bang. Good bang. End with a bang.
Big bang.
That's a cool one. This one is from Adobe stock. A lot of cool
I love that
photos
one.
from her shows and stuff.
She's got good energy. Jason wants to know, which class do you enjoy most in school?
Probably right now my capstone class. It's one of the first times we get to self-direct a project, doing some interviews with type designers, and getting to dig into my own culture and the history of Lebanon and things like that. So it's super exciting for me. And we get a lot of like independence and authority, which is nice.
Yeah.
I am my own client.
Is that a hard thing to be?
No, I think it's the easiest thing to be.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, for certain things.
I'm sneaking through some of these submissions.
No.
That's so good.
Do we have a bunch?
There are quite a few, actually. Maybe like 12?
Oh, okay, good. No, yesterday we had like an insane amount.
Oh, yeah. I was like throwing them at you. Like, here, look at these, look at these, look at these.
It's hard to retain all of that.
Esther wants to know, when do you graduate?
I graduate in May,
Yay.
hopefully.
It'll happen. Hopefully. That's funny. And you said that you're hoping to go back to New York?
Yeah, moving back
Mhm.
home.
Yeah.
Looking for a job right now. It's going pretty well. I'm not in too much of a rush. I feel like it's not necessarily like summer hiring season yet.
Yeah, right. And I feel like a lot of people that are hired are already hired, like for the summer
Yeah.
starting then.
Yeah.
Or at least for internships, I can say that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends. Like most medium-sized or smaller-sized design firms don't look until they have an opening.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Yeah.
don't even know what it's gonna look like in
Right.
June, I guess, which is when I'm starting.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people take a little break after school.
Yeah.
I might. I don't know.
No need to jump into the race if you don't need to.
Yeah. Well, if I want to have a place to live in the city,
Oh, yeah.
gotta jump into the race.
True. Are all of them from Adobe stock? Mark, I think some of them might be.
Yes, not all of them.
Mm-hmm. But you're not using this for, like, anything but
Yeah, I'm not like
practice.
actually selling it or anything.
Mhm.
So these ones on the left are from Adobe stock. Pretty much all the photos of her performing are
Mhm.
from the like editorial section of Adobe stock, which I didn't know existed till recently. Super
Uh-huh.
nice.
Lillian wants to know, do you play video games? If yes, what games?
I don't. I used to.
I was going to say, did you used to? I just had a feeling. Don't know
I
how.
don't know. Do I give video gamer vibes?
You have, like, post-video gamer vibes.
Cool. That's better. I guess.
What made you stop?
I think college probably.
Yeah.
I was
Work.
never like that big on it. We just
Mhm.
like had a PlayStation. And
Gotcha.
Something weird is going on here. I
Oh.
have this box. Oh, opacity is 0. That might be why.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. I mean, maybe this could be pink. No.
Dantac or Dantacu, sorry, I'm not sure. Let me know how to pronounce it. Wants to know, do you code or do you develop?
Yeah, I do a little bit of coding.
Ooh.
We have a few like coding classes at school that I've taken. So just some light HTML, CSS, a
Mhm.
little bit of JavaScript.
There you go.
Um,
I feel like that's a prerequisite or like a good to have on so many job listings.
Yeah, it's good to know even if I don't really plan on using it personally. It's good to
Mhm.
understand like how to talk to a developer, like what's possible, design within, guidelines that will
Mm-hmm.
work for other people. I'm trying to read and see if there's anything I want to pull out.
Oh.
I wanted to bring Hawthorne back because I feel like I haven't really used it in this
Yeah.
section.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what size I used over here. 35.
Ooh, Vitor wants to know, would you apply gradients to the specific artwork that you're doing? We haven't used any gradients in the actual design. It's been pretty flat.
Yeah. No, I think the only gradient I'm going to use is on this center page. I think I've got some bright colors going on and a lot of overlapping with the text. Gradient might be a little too much.
Ooh. Cool. Jason wants to know, would you ever consider going for like freelance totally?
I would. I think that might come like later on in my career just
Yeah.
because freelance, I think, you're working alone for the most part. You're not really learning from other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want to like soak up as much of other people's expertise as possible.
Yeah.
While I'm still young and fresh. I'm having trouble with this. It just doesn't want to go on its own line.
Oh.
There we go.
Cool. I really love the integration of the two different typefaces.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to have them work well together.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to see if I were to like build out other potential issues, like because we said Hawthorne might be like Erykah Badu's
Right.
special one.
Mm-hmm.
So what those other ones might look like.
Ooh, Paul wants to do an Adobe Creative Jam in the UK. That'd be awesome, Paul. Anybody else in chat want to do a UK event? Let us know. Maybe if you want it enough, it'll happen. I can't say that with any authority.
That's looking pretty good.
Yeah. People are saying they're really liking the mix of photos and type on top of it.
Nice. Yeah, this I'm almost using her as like a texture in the background.
Yeah, totally.
Got some cool patterns going on. I think if I put it like this, you can kind of see her face in the top right.
Yeah. Just peeking over. Antoine is more of a video content creator, but this was still cool to watch. Do you guys do video editing tutorials? We have done video weeks. I don't know when the next one is, though. But Antoine, you should definitely subscribe. Check out the schedule in the future to see what's coming next. Paul, you are not too small in the UK to get noticed. I saw so many people in chat saying that they wanted to do a UK or London meetup.
So because these are both on the same side of the page, I'm just going to move this over a little bit. Oops.
Oh, cool. Dimitri, is this streamed every day? So we're live pretty much every Tuesday through Thursday. Usually 9 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, but some weeks, like this week, are a little bit different. So today we're streaming until 3. Yes, this week on Adobe Live. Beautiful transition there. We had Ronnie on earlier, we've got Chantal right now, and we have Annie coming up to finish out the day. Every different stream, we run the challenge, so there are 3 different chances for you to win a free year of Creative Cloud, and we also do a giveaway during every stream. So this stream, we gave away an Adobe Illustrator pillow. We also have Adobe socks, Photoshop pillow, and some weeks we even have different swag. We were giving away posters for a while. Let us know what you all would like to get as swag. It's always interesting to hear. Give away chargers. Looks like she's holding her own hand.
Yeah, it creates a nice sort of... She had a butterfly in one of her earlier albums.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that sort of mimics the whole
Oh, yeah.
reflection thing.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I'm not going to pretend that was on purpose. It was kind of something I saw afterwards, but...
Totally on purpose. Marie, do I go by Kat, Kathy, or just Kathleen? Kathleen's good. Or Kat. Never Kathy.
Kathy sounds like an older woman.
I'm named after my Aunt Kathy. She's also a Kathleen. I'm like, she can have Kathy. I'll take Kathleen. It'll be good. All right, we've got about 10 minutes until the stream is over. I'll get all of these contest submissions opened. We can look through, and you can pick a winner. You had a good pausing spot?
Yeah,
Cool.
let's pause.
Pause. So here's Vibrancy. This is me. So we showed this earlier. It's by Yi Zhou. Go through it really quickly. Got tip of the week, showcase on Paul. There's actually a couple different submissions that are showcasing Paul, which is funny. Next week's schedule, awesome. This one is, I think this is by Matthias, one of our mods. Nightbot, man or droid? Paul Tranny, nice hair guy. So the story of Nightbot, that's funny. Paul Tranny, perfect hair forever. Paul, are you watching this? In stores now, San Fran, Grace Cathedral Hill. That's awesome. So nice job, Matthias. This is by Cloud. We did want to point out that I don't believe that this was published live from InDesign.
Oh, okay.
But it is mocked up nicely. Natural Beauty. So how about we'll look through all of these and then I'll curate the list down a little bit and you'll pick a winner right before we end.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Design
All right.
Nation.
Nice. Design tips for the perfectionist at heart.
That's me.
That's me. Meet the artist, Lindsay. Oh, Lindsay, is this yours? Nice. Cool.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Lettering on the side.
This is by Lindsay. Oh, nice. Good job, Lindsay. It's by Ibrahim. So this was art directed by your wife, is that right? Ibrahim is one of our previous winners.
Cool. I spot some Arabic text on the cover.
Oh, cool.
Top right.
I
Okay.
think.
Yeah. A nice new artist in town. Wow. That's very Adobe. A nice Adobe ad in your magazine. And here it is
It's a nice
all
mock-up.
laid out. Yeah. Nice job, Ibrahim. Alrighty.
These were done so fast. Look at all
Right?
this
This
content.
Terry peeking through every little corner. Nice job. Chantal and Kathleen's gossip. Ooh,
Ooh.
gossip column. That's awesome. Nice job. This is Artiste. Ooh, Catherine Bush. This is the artist. Cool. Very Mondrian background.
Yeah.
And Charles Huber.
Nice little monotone going on that image.
Yep. Yeah, it looks kind of similar to the
Mm-hmm.
Erykah photos. Nice job. So this isn't updated by Cloud. All the different spreads.
Cool.
Awesome. Living for design. Nice. Nice typeface choice. I like that.
Yep.
Kind of looks like Den, maybe?
Not sure.
Not sure. I'm graphic designer. It's me. Nice job. I like the color palette.
Yeah, I wonder if those photos are from Adobe stock.
Yeah, let us know. And this nice little cutout here where you zoomed it out and also blurred it a little
Yeah, I like
bit.
that.
Good little detail. Ooh, this is cool. Very fine art magazine.
Like
Bacon.
that white border. It's almost like an upside down Polaroid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bacon, jerky, corned beef, ball loin, pork ribs, spare. What? That's awesome.
Design magazine about food, maybe.
I mean, yeah.
Food design.
Ham hock, ball tip, chuck tenderloin.
Oh, these are people's names.
Yeah. It's all about meat. That's amazing.
I'm vegan here.
Yeah, you're like not picking it. No.
Disqualified.
But here's some.
Vegetables. Nice.
Mhm. Nice job.
I like
Good
the back cover
spreads.
too.
Mm-hmm. Strong.
Non-upside down Polaroid.
Yeah, right. And I also like you used Adobe Stock to find these images, so great job. All right, coffee table. Cool little collage right there. The art of the coffee table. Oh, it's all about actual coffee tables. It's a coffee table book.
It's fine.
It's awesome.
Honey.
Very punny. Plants for you.
Nice. Can dig it.
Mm-hmm. Can be in excellent physical shape with low cholesterol, healthy body weight, and good overall physical fitness, but that doesn't mean you're healthy. Need more plants.
And those are Adobe stock too. Those are some
Mhm.
nice photos.
Yep. That's cute.
Animal welfare.
Nice. All right, design faux real. Freelancers aren't free. True. This is very palatable design,
Mhm.
I think. Very clear, concise. And I believe that's all of the, oh, it's made with Bob Ross lorem ipsum. Let's make some happy little clouds in our world. That's awesome.
I didn't realize they were themed lorem ipsum.
Right, there's like hipster lorem ipsum, Bob Ross. But I believe that's all of the submissions. I'll consolidate this list and maybe you can chat about what you did today
Sure.
and then what you're going to be working on tomorrow.
Yep. Sounds good. That went by so fast.
Right? Faster than yesterday. And yesterday was faster.
Tomorrow will be super fast.
Oh.
So, hopefully I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, This is what I worked on yesterday. This was the first half of the zine, which included a profile written about Erykah Badu for The New Yorker. So we laid out the text and have some mix of images and call-outs on the side. Oops, just gonna fix that real quick. And then we had this color scheme assigned to this part of the zine, and then today we worked on the second part, which was this interview from Vulture. Similar sort of layout and imagery, and we finished that today. So tomorrow we will be attempting to name the zine and sort of create an identity for it that could be applied to issues in the future. So we'll be laying out issue 1, working on some cover designs, and if we have time at the end, we'll either do mock-ups or building out some like alternate issue covers. So that'll be a lot of fun. Tomorrow we'll do maybe like a little brainstorming session for some names.
Yeah, the names.
Logo, words.
Cool.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, Chad, you're going to be here tomorrow? I hope so. I'll be
so
here.
too.
I'll be here. There you go. So we have, let's see, about 6 to choose from. Maybe we can pop over to my screen, and the winner of this challenge will win a free year of Creative Cloud. And there were also tons of entries that came in after the deadline, and they'll be shown in the next segment. So here's one. I kind of picked the strongest spread from each one. It's plants, coffee table. I think the cover is really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Capicola. I like the color palette of this. It really matches the photo that they used. This little spread. And this light and airy spread. Any
So tough
thoughts?
to pick.
I know.
Can we just like quickly go through a few spreads of the plant one?
Sure.
And
There's
then
Planty.
the next tab too. Coffee table. And the next one.
And the next one.
I think I like this one the
Awesome.
best. Yeah, I really like the covers and this intro page too.
Yeah, this is really strong, I think. So nice job. Let's see who created this. Maybe Adobe Live can let us know, but congratulations, you have won a free year of Creative Cloud. Thank you so much for submitting. Agata says coffee. Huh? Roland.
Roland.
Awesome job,
Congrats.
Roland. Maybe you've won before, Roland. The name sounds really familiar. But thank you so much for submitting, and if you didn't win, not to worry, we have one more segment coming up, and then tomorrow we'll have a totally different challenge for you. So maybe you can let people know how to find you on the internet.
Yeah, sure. So I'm on Behance. I'm sure there's a link on there, and my website is chantaljahchan.work. There's a link to that in my profile too, in case you can't spell it. And then my Instagram handle is typebeast with a 3 for the first E.
Yep.
Spelling challenge. And then my Twitter is just my full name. So
Perfect.
follow me.
Yeah.
I will follow you back.
Yay. So if you click on the info tab on be.net/live, there should be a little icon for Chantal, and that should take you to her Behance.
Yep.
I believe you can learn more about her there. And with that, we're going to welcome Annie and Terry, and they're going to be working on some more graphic design goodness. So stick around, make sure, go get some water, come back, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.